Of the song? Is it because of the Goliath or the Gaza that is causing us to be like this? Why are we copying what we're seeing inside the communities and bringing it into the school? The gang violence, the rape, the extortion, the robberies. Listen, there are positive ways to deal with anger. You can avoid the person. You can ignore the person or the conflicting situation. You can speak to your teacher, your guidance counselor, your parent, or your friend. And if it's your anger, please, you can count to 10. And if you count to 10 and 10 is too short, you can always count to 100. Stop the violence. I choose peace, and you all can choose peace. And if we all choose peace, peace must increase.
We are facing challenges that will require sacrifices and national unity as we chart our course in an increasingly difficult environment.
Only on Jamaica Magazine.
This week, January 9 to 16, is being observed as Earthquake Awareness Week under the theme Learn, Plan, Prepare. The next big quake could be near. Up next, a feature that explores just what is an earthquake, the risk to Jamaica, and a bit about the island's earthquake past.
Jamaica has just about outlived its earthquake dormancy period. According to seismic forecast, a region that has been affected by a major earthquake should expect an event of similar or even greater magnitude to recur there within 85 to 110 years. Based on this theory, therefore, the island is due another big quake soon. The Earth's crust is a jigsaw of large plates or rocks which literally float around on liquid magma. Very frequently, as plates grind past each other, they produce localized tremors. An earthquake occurs when any such collision disturbs the plates violently, creating seismic waves which radiate all along the Earth's crust in that vicinity. Jamaica is located on the northern boundary of the Caribbean plate and has been on the receiving end of such intense seismic activity a few times in our history, as in the 1692 Port Royal earthquake, the Great Kingston earthquake of 1907, and a quake that rocked western Jamaica on March 1, 1957.
The Caribbean plate is sliding very slowly to the east, compared to the plate beside us, which is the plate on which Cuba rests. And between Jamaica and Cuba in the sea, there's a significant geological fault or fracture known as the Cayman fracture. And we think this is the source zone for many of the earthquakes which have affected Jamaica throughout history.
Franklin MacDonald confesses that the island's earthquake risk is comparable to that of California's, which may experience up to 300 minor quakes in any given week. Earthquakes are natural phenomena which are unstoppable and unpredictable. The most that countries can do is extract as many lessons as possible from encounters with the disaster to better prepare themselves to face the inevitable. When the dust settled after the 1907 Great Kingston earthquake, brick was replaced as the standard building material, the city's emergency services were better equipped, and its new design featured wider streets which were intended to serve as barriers or checks in the event of a fire. The capacity for heavy rescue could become a critical factor in the event of an earthquake. As a precautionary measure, equipment such as hydraulic jacks, jaws of life, Cranes and big rigs such as 18-wheeler trucks should be high priority fixtures of a country's emergency services. The Ministry of Health, too, is fundamental in mounting a credible response in the aftermath of an earthquake. Its auxiliaries, in particular hospitals, should be able to house and treat the many that may be injured during the ordeal. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management is constantly trying to reach the thousands of potential victims before disaster strikes. It maintains that an individual's prudent and informed response in an earthquake can significantly minimize its effects. Stocking up on potable water and non-perishables and heeding to instructions such as taking cover and steering clear of overhanging objects during the ordeal can in fact spare life and property.
If we can get each individual prepared at the household level, certainly it will reduce the strain on the national resources to be able to respond to something of that nature. And so one of the things we try to do is to pass the information to the public as to how to prepare themselves, how to ready themselves, and how to respond in the aftermath of something like an earthquake.
As it works on shoring up our emergency response mechanisms, it has gone ahead and forged partnerships with regional and international emergency response groups to assist us should an earthquake strike. These include the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Response Agency, the Eastern Caribbean Donor Group, the United Nations Development Program, USAID, and the governments of Venezuela and Japan. All agencies should be able to respond to an SOS within 48 hours. In the meantime, ODPEM will continue training and educating in the hope that the country develops a culture of safety.
And this is where we'll have to close the pages of this edition of Jamaica Magazine. Please do tune in again tomorrow when we recap the work of the National Security Ministry in 2009. And remember, this and other programs can be viewed online at www.jis.gov.jm. While you're at it, give us your feedback at Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the team here at the JIS, I'm Alison Watson. Have a great evening.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.